So, one substitution, we are talking about one substitution. Let's discuss a little further. So, one substitution affects constituent at more than one level in the representation. As we have seen, it may refer to a single noun, or it may refer to or substitute a noun plus pre-modifier. So, for example, we've been talking about sentence 10, right, is conjoined with 10a to 10d. Below we find that in each case one or ones refer to a constituent at a different level. So, and those ones, it means ones here means nice French student of English from Paris. So, ones replace the whole rest of the phrase. And those awful ones, here ones refers to French student of English from Paris, that is phrase 2. And 10c, and those interesting ones from belong one's French student of English, right? And those exciting Italian ones stands for or substitute students of English, phrase 4. So from 10a to 10d, it is shown that the level which one substitute affect is not fixed. It can affect sometime a part of it and sometime the whole phrase. However, consider the ungrammatical 10e and the exciting Greek ones of mathematics from Athens. So here we cannot say, because here it does not substitute the whole phrase. So in the last example, one is meant to replace only the head, that is student, leaving the prepositional phrase man from Athens. This apparently is impossible because prepositional phrase 1 must be affected by one substitution, whereas it's not being included into it when we substitute it with ones. So, however, it would not be correct to claim that the first prepositional phrase after the head is always affected by one substitution either. For example, we can say that 11, we say the student from Paris in the white shirt, and the ones that stands for student from Greece in blue shirt. So, ones is immediately affected by the phrase that comes after the head. 11 ones only affect the head noun, right? So, ones affecting the head noun. On the basis of the examples we've been talking about, it seems that one substitute either the head like noun or sometime optionally one or more of any modifiers in the noun phrase, but also that it obligatorily affects constituent of a certain kind, such as prepositional phrase 1, as we have seen in sentence 10. So if we return once more to the example we've been talking about, for example, the nice French students of English. So prepositional 1 of English is in fact not a very ordinary post modifier, because it has some stronger relationship than the other prepositional phrase 2, right, which is post modifier. So we say that prepositional phrase 1 rather acts like a complement, students of English. So it has the relationship of a complement with its noun. The noun phrase students of English correspond to the verb study English, right, where English is a complement of the verb. So similarly, this similarity prompts us to take students of English as noun and its complement. So the prepositional phrase 1 has more function of post modifier in this phrase, and it acts like as if it were the complement, and the similarity is the verb phrase study English. So verbs and like nouns, like verbs which always have complements or can have, except in 1-2 aspects. Nouns also may take a complement. So this is something very important to remember, that like verb generally have complement, sometimes they do not have complement. For example, we talked a lot about different types of verbs, transitive, intransitive, and other verbs, and we talked about their complements which they generally take. But here we are talking about nouns, about whose complement we did not discuss, but here we say that like verbs, nouns may also have complement, and this complement here realized by a prepositional phrase is much more closely linked to the noun than to the modifier. So this is something special we have talked about. So unlike verb complement, noun complements are syntactically optional. Verb complements, if a verb, for example, transitive verb must have a complement, right? So that is obligatory. But noun complements are not obligatory, they are optional. They are syntactically optional. So this is the main difference between the noun complement and the verb complement. So we've been talking about the layers. That's why we talked about the structures in terms of layers rather in terms of their flat occurrence.